What up guys, it's Hansol here, and in today's video I want to go over a simple concept called juking. And this is a very basic concept that most of you guys know about already, but I want to go into it in a little bit more detail for you noobs out there. So if you have a friend that gets interrupted quite a bit, feel free to send them this video and it might save their life. So the word juke I think originated from sports in the earlier days. What it means is basically to just fake somebody. So for example, in football, if you have the football and you're running down the field and someone's coming right at you, you can pretend you're going one way but then fake them and go the other direction, and then they collapse and that makes them look stupid. So that concept in Warcraft would be to start casting a spell and then stop casting, and then they'll kick you and try to interrupt you, but since you stopped casting like a millisecond before they interrupt you, you will actually not get locked out, and you can continue to cast whatever you were casting before without getting locked out. And this is a very basic yet important concept that you need to learn to be successful in PvP, especially arenas, but in every aspect it's really important, because this really comes down to outplaying your enemy or being outplayed yourself. I feel like in Warlords of Draenor, juking is a lot more rewarding, because for classes like mages and warlocks, their lockout would actually silence the enemy as well. So it would blanket over, and so it's like putting a blanket on top of them and silencing them for 4 seconds, so they can't cast, even though you're not locking them out. They can't cast anything. But in Warlords, they actually took away that effect to counterspell and spell lock. So now we can only interrupt casts like kicks and pummels and stuff like that. So the interesting thing here is that we have different elements in our spell tree. So we have the Arcane School, the Fire School, and the Frost School. So if we get locked out on the Arcane tree, like say we're casting a poly and we get kicked, we can actually still cast our Fire and Frost ability, so you can still like Frost Jaw right after it if you're interrupted. So there's actually two ways of juking. You can actually bait them into interrupting your cast and then continue to cast, or you can bait them by casting a different school that you don't even want to cast and make them kick into that and then cast whatever you wanted to cast. So for example, if you want to poly someone, Scorch instead, so they kick that and then you can free cast a polymorph afterwards. Now there's a great add-on out there called Omnibar, which helps you track their interrupts and cooldowns. So it's kind of like Interrupt Bar, but Interrupt Bar is kind of outdated right now and it doesn't show all their interrupts, whereas Omnibar is completely dated, and plus you can add defensive cooldowns from the enemies and also cooldowns like Tremor Totem or Grounding Totem, stuns and stuff like that, which really helps you out even more. So you should definitely check it out. I'll leave a link to the add-on in the description down below. Oh, and also I want to mention that casting Frost Firebolt actually locks you in both Fire and Frost. So be careful when it comes to casting Frost Firebolts. I know it's really good because you can get procs off of it and it slows your target, but if you accidentally get locked out, you cannot cast your Ice Block and you could get globaled, so be careful. Also, if you get locked from Fireball, you can still cast Frost Firebolt, so that's really cool. Anywho, I hope you guys can take these tips of juking and go out there and get Gladiator. I know it's a long stretch, but if this guide did help you out, feel free to leave a thumbs up down below, and also feel free to leave requests down in the comment section below on any specific advanced guides you'd like to see in the future, and I will make sure I dive into them and throw out some more content out there. Anyways, I'm out for now guys, and as always, keep burning shit.